Sam,
Hello, JC. How are you doing today?
how are you, Sam?
Oh, very well, thank you.
You seriously look like an artist.
Oh, thank
Look
you.
at your hair, look at your beard.
I know.
It's like you just came from the grave. What the fuck happened to you?
I've got a big event next week, so I haven't been cutting my hair for a month
Okay.
because I'm waiting to get it done fresh for my event with Sony.
Really? How about your shirt? What happened to your shirt?
This is what happens when you marry a leb. You never get ironed clothes anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it's the opposite.
No, honestly, I
Really?
thought so too. When I was before I married, I always had.
Or maybe because you're too fat, you don't deserve someone to take care of you.
No, honestly, it's not
I met
true.
this guy about a year and a half ago, and then
Yeah.
now he just came back from the UK for a visit. And seriously, what happened to you? How did you put like 50 pounds, extra 50 pounds on you?
So I discovered this
happened?
place. It's called Red Lobster.
Okay.
They now do 7 days a week, all you can eat shrimp.
Okay.
So
Shrimp doesn't get you fat.
It does because it's fried.
Okay. So
I've
eat the
been-
raw ones.
No, I like the fried one.
And seriously, like, do you like the way how you look? Like
Yeah.
this fat?
It's nice because it feels like I have boobs, so I don't need my wife anymore.
Oh my god. Oh my god. So he gets married and then he adds 50 pounds and then
Yeah.
he's good. Okay, let's get to business, man.
Come on.
Sam,
Yes.
when did you make your first million?
Oh, a long time ago when I was 23.
23.
Yes.
You made your first million and what, doing photography?
So I was a photographer and I was doing videography, and also when I was 21 I was quite lucky because my granddad helped me buy into property. So
Okay.
I had my first house when I was 21, so
So he gave you the down payment?
yeah, he paid half of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's lucky, I guess.
Yeah.
And then after the first property, you start doing just real estate. You started doing photography and videography only full
Exactly.
time and invest more in real estate.
Yeah. So with the photography, what I wanted to do is like you get people like who drive cars. So you get a taxi driver who will make a certain amount of money, and then you get a NASCAR or race car driver.
Yes.
So what I always aim to be is the top 1% of what I do.
Wow. Nice.
So with photography as well, if you get an agent or you're in places like London, New York, Paris, you can then become, or you can start charging a lot more. So my average job is $100,000. That's just for one job.
For one job.
One job.
Like taking picture of who?
So
Kim Kardashian or something?
No, I don't do for celebs. And that's really low paid job. So I do for big brands. So for example, if Ralph Lauren wanted, so I'm in the fashion industry, so I'll work with places like Next, Marks and Spencer.
They pay this much.
Yeah, so I do a whole campaign, and what we do is we charge a licensing fee. So we license the images for 12 months or 5 years, and these big companies have multi-million pounds. So if it's for Nike or whatever it is, they've got big multi-million pound budgets. So by going and getting a photography agent, you can really get. And then after that, I started making a second stream of income. By then, during COVID, I started using products. So I used myself. The products I used were always Sony and Rotolite. So what I did was I reached out to them. I said, "This is my work. What do you think?" They loved it, and then they sponsored me. So now I work with Sony. I work with Rotolite. I work
That's
with other
right.
companies like Data Color, and a few other companies that I actually worked with myself for all these years in the professional field. And so my second income is then by going to expos, events, and doing.
Speaking
So I do
events,
a lot
okay.
of speaking
So
events.
you do seminars, you teach people photography and videography.
Exactly.
That's what you do?
Yeah.
Okay, do you ever think of building a course, online course or something like this?
Yeah, absolutely. So on my website, I sell courses for people to get into it, how to market themselves.
What does the courses talk about? Like photography or videography
Exactly.
or editing? What is it?
So what I do is I teach a lot of courses. So we do online things from editing, how to market, approaching clients, how to approach the right clients. Because everyone can take a pretty picture. I can give anyone a camera and you can take a pretty picture. But a pretty picture doesn't make money. And if you want to make big money in photography, what you have to do is you have to make a commercial picture. And the difference between a normal picture and a commercial picture.
Commercial picture?
Yes.
Yeah, tell me what's the difference?
So a pretty picture, if I put you a pretty picture on the wall, you could walk past it. What does a commercial picture have to do? So for a brand, it has to make you buy. It has to draw you in. So if I'm working for, I don't know, whatever company it is, say you're walking past Starbucks, what do all their new posters, or McDonald's, what do? They have something that will drive you in the door. It gives you that fast response. So we look at things like science of colors. So we work, like, I know you know about the colors and science behind
Correct.
marketing.
Correct.
So
if it's food, you have to put something that makes you crave food. Yeah, if it's
exactly. So-
drinks, darker colors.
Exactly. So we put little subtle hints in our pictures. So, for example, red, and this is on Coca-Cola. What does red do? Do you know?
What does it do?
So if you look at any supermarket and you see the color red,
Makes you want to spend money.
no, it automatically triggers in your brain a fight or flight response. So it gives you a quick impulse decision. So they put it on every sales sign on the end. It's always red. McDonald's is red. Burger King has red. Popeyes has red.
Donald Trump tie is always red. Red
exactly.
or blue.
Red gives you that quick decision. So it works for things like that are maybe not so good for you, like sweets, fast food, or if you want someone to quickly make an impulse decision. So
They
if
don't
it's-
want you to overthink it. Just make a decision.
So yeah, so if it's on sale, so anything you want someone to say, oh, I'll just put that in
So
my.
when I go to pick up a lady, I
Bus-
should just wear red and go there.
Exactly. So yeah, if you go out for a drink in a bar, if you wear a red tie, you've got a higher percentage to quickly get someone to come to you, because it's a subhuman response from when we used to be
Hey
primates.
guys, please order me
Yeah.
5 red ties, 5 different shades.
Yeah. So and then you can go into other colors. So purple, by adding a little bit of purple, what does that show? It shows luxury. So if you want to
love
really
purple.
sell your brand, you add a little bit of purple, and that gives luxury into the branding. Blue is a color of trust. And why do you trust blue?
Because it's like the sky. I don't know.
Exactly. So the sky, the sea, everything that's natural in the world comes to you. That's blue.
So green, blue, trustworthy.
Exactly, trustworthy colors, because these colors come from nature. So you wake up and you see it. So because you see it every day, and red is not. So that's why it makes that fight or flight. Because when you see something red, it's like danger. So I need to make a decision. So in your brain, you've clicked something that's like, I need that. Should I take it or not? But it makes you make the decision, either yes or no, straight away.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you started at what age?
Photography, I bought my first camera when I was 17.
Why? Why did you buy the camera? Why did you want to get into photography? Were you shit at math and at everything else? Like, what happened?
So I've always loved photography, making videos. Even when I was a kid, I just
Nice.
like creating art. I've always wanted to be an artist of some sort.
Okay.
And I know artists is the hardest job to get into, because like with artists, it's like being a footballer, like a famous, I don't know, do you guys have footballers in Canada? No. What's your famous sport here? Something shit like hockey.
First of all,
Yeah.
don't say something shit like hockey. We're proud of it.
Yeah, okay.
And yes, hockey. We're
Okay.
very famous in hockey.
So imagine, how many people in Canada want to be a hockey player?
Everyone.
Yeah? And how many people make it?
Very few. 1%.
Yeah, so photography is even harder. It's a 0.01%. Everybody buys a camera as a hobby. Everybody wants to do
That's
it.
true.
But not many make it. So once you get to, when you start,
That's why you wanted to get into it,
That's-
because it was a challenge for you?
exactly. So I always strive to hit the next challenge, or I want to, whatever I do, I have to be the best.
Where
at
were
what I
you
do.
born? In the UK?
I was born in the UK.
Okay, and you started your career in the UK?
Exactly.
You had higher chances of succeeding because you were in the UK? Or?
Absolutely not. So
No.
it's one of the hardest places to make it as a photographer is in the UK.
Why did you stay there?
Well, London is the best. You can make the most money. For
Because it's
photography.
expensive.
No, because so in photography, there's only 5 places in the world where you can make commercial big time money,
Okay.
and that's all the fashion capitals. So you've got Milan, you've got Paris, you've got London, you've got New York, and you've got Tokyo.
Okay.
Yeah. If you don't live in one of these 5 cities, you're never going to get 10, 20, 100 grand jobs. You'll always you could be a
500,
wedding guy,
2,000.
500, 2,000. But in these cities, that's where all the big agencies are. This is where the ad agencies are. This is where the big money is.
Okay.
But to get into that is very difficult.
What did you do to get your first client?
When I started, I'm going to be honest, I was taking any job that I could. So I was doing little jobs, like $200, $300 jobs. But I just loved it. So by going on and keep pushing myself, that I was able to climb that ladder. And because I excelled at what I did, and because when you do something, if you put your passion in it, the money will always come.
Mm.
If you wake up and you want it and you dream about it and you're dying for it and you can't sleep at night because of you love
You'll
this so
manifest
much,
it, yeah.
the money will always come. And I made myself, and because I love it so much, Now I have companies sponsor me. I get clients that I have to reject because I don't have time.
You don't
I
even need to shave your beard and you still make money. That's
exactly.
crazy.
I just don't take.
Oh my God. I don't know who can hire you with this look, man.
I do
Seriously.
6 or 7 jobs a year.
Really?
Yeah.
And the rest of it's just traveling and representing some companies.
Yeah. So I just do that for fun.
And that's why you got fat, because you're not working that much.
Exactly. I can just relax now.
Oh my God.
But yeah, that's what
See,
happens
the
when you
next
get.
time I want to see you.
Okay,
I
when
wanna
you get
see
to
you
my age, I
in a
want to
better
see.
shape.
Okay, fine.
What do you mean, man? I promised myself I'm gonna look fit and healthy until like I die.
But when you get married,
Well, so what? You have to try harder when you get married.
no, when you
Yes.
get married,
Okay.
I'm gonna see how much weight you put.
Well, I don't know if you'll be alive,
because
but
she'll be cooking for you every day, and you'll have a good time, and you just eat.
bro, I'll eat and then fuck her and then lose everything I
Oh,
gain.
you won't.
No, she won't let
No.
you. She
After
doesn't let you.
after marriage, that doesn't happen.
Doesn't happen.
You get
anymore.
food, and that's about
You
it.
just eat.
Yeah, that's the best part of you.
Oh man, there's something wrong. No, yeah. And look at you, man. You're drinking Coca-Cola, like
Yeah, it's diet Coca-Cola.
No, this is bullshit, bro.
with no artificial colors or flavors and zero caffeine.
This is not true.
Yeah,
I
it
hope
is.
I hope that you know that they're lying to you.
They don't lie.
No, they're
Coca-Cola
lying to
is
you.
a very
And all
famous.
the acid in it that
Yeah,
you're
but
addicted to, it's so bad.
I trust this company because it's a very famous Israeli company.
No, they put it in a red color. They put it in a red color so you can make a quick decision. You
Yeah.
don't notice that? You just told
I
me
did,
this.
yeah. That's
There you
why I
go.
keep making it.
Oh my God,
I
you're
know
horrible.
the advertising works on me worse than anyone
You're
because I'm
horrible.
stuck in the world of advertising.
Really?
I notice everything.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
So what is next for you?
What is next? I want to open a chain of studios in my name. So I will have them all set up. I want to open them in London, New York, and LA.
You want to open anything in Canada and
No,
Ottawa?
absolutely
I'll
not.
buy a franchise.
Yeah, that's fine. But absolutely not. It has to be in
Why?
one of the cities.
Every time you come to Canada, you make lots of comments. So tell me what is it that you don't like in Canada? Honestly, like I want to know your honesty. We all have our likes and dislikes about Canada, about UK, about any country. So
Okay.
honestly, what is it that you don't like about this country?
The main thing I don't like about this country is that there's not much freedom here. It's changed from when I first knew it.
Is there more freedom in London?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So there's a lot of red tape. There's a lot of rules. A lot of your content's censored online now. You can go to prison for saying things here. They're starting to lock people up. They're calling people radicalists that don't follow. It's becoming a very socialist country, or it's starting to really remind me of a Nazi country. It's really bad. You guys don't see it because you live here, but the thing is, if you go somewhere else, you've got so much more freedom. For example, my father-in-law's opened a business. To put a sign up, you have to apply for a license from here, a license from there.
Yeah,
It's
that's
12
right.
weeks for there, 6 weeks.
They don't
for-
even respond.
They don't respond. Parking is a nightmare. You can't do anything. The police, it's just everything's completely controlled by the government here.
And they don't answer the phone.
Yeah,
I've
they
been
don't-
trying to apply for a permit to give
Yeah.
something away
Exactly.
on Christmas
Yeah.
in a specific area. And I've been chasing down the counselor
Yeah.
and calling and no one answering.
Yeah,
they don't even have an
yeah.
assistant to answer.
Exactly. It's so weird because it's like really, it's
But you
anti-capitalist.
guys are so mean though in the UK. Like, look at you. Like,
Yeah.
having conversation with my team, you're so rude.
We
Is
are
it like,
very
do you guys do it for fun, or you're
Yeah.
just rude and mean sons of bitches?
It's because Canadians, they don't understand Americans. In fact, you don't understand dry humor and wit. So
So this is dry humor.
exactly.
So humor has to be dry.
Exactly.
No.
So we're very sarcastic.
Dry is not humor.
It is. Yeah.
Okay.
We live very sarcastic people.
Sarcastic. I find you funny.
Yeah.
But not anyone can handle it. Like
I know.
I was born and raised in Lebanon. That's why I can handle
Yeah.
it.
Exactly. See, that's why. But if you,
I handle it. I find you funny, but it's annoying too.
I
It's
know.
kind
I
of
am quite
annoying.
annoying. Yeah. I
Yeah,
do.
I'm quite annoying. JC, go get me my shot. Fuck's sakes. JC, you got me cheese dudes.
But you did bring it for me.
So you want to open a chain. Why do you want to open a chain? Isn't it going to cause lots of work for you, or you just like just the setup's going to be some
It's
work
going to
for
be
you?
my retirement, really. So I would just use my studios as hobby.
So Nash Studios or Sam Nash
Sam
Studios?
Nash Studios, and I would probably just use it. So the times I don't want to shoot, I would just hire out the space because I'd have all the latest and greatest kit and lighting and things like that.
So you will hire people, train them, and put them in these places.
Exactly,
And they will
and
work for you because you're a famous artist.
Yes, and then what I would do for myself is just then I've got somewhere to go. Because in London, the price of buying a studio is absolutely ridiculous. The price of property is probably 10 times what you'd pay here. So most artists, most would hire just by the hour, by the day. Nobody has their own studios.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you just go rent. So you want to have your own because you're the 1%.
Exactly. And then by having my own, then I can then open one in New York, LA, and then use those. And I do travel quite often to places like New York and Los Angeles. And
Seriously, if you consider opening a studio here, I'll buy a franchise.
okay, let's do it together.
Honestly, I don't mind.
The problem with Ottawa is there's a lot of photographers, but there's no commercial work. But I want to open.
Yeah,
something.
here there's no commercial
Yeah,
work.
exactly. And the thing is, if I was to open one, it's not going to be like a standard. It's going to be a commercial studio where you'd use it for commercial purposes. So you'd have massive teams, maybe 200-300 people.
We don't have those here. Like
Exactly.
you can have some government jobs, like advertising for the government programs, stuff like this.
Exactly,
But that's
like
about it.
headshots and like a few $1,000s really doesn't do anything for me. I like to, when I do a job, I like to do big jobs.
Yeah, and I get it. I understand it. You feel more rewarded and you feel more motivated to give like some nice art.
To be honest, you can do these little jobs, and I swear to God, they give you more headache. The ones that are little...
100%. You know, Sam, we did 1,000 jobs of photography and videography in the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Like, and I brought all the sales and everything. Every job that paid me $7,000+ gave me less headache than the $500 packages.
Exactly.
Yesterday, a week ago, we got hired to do a job. After tax, it's $169. It's a very small package that takes 1 hour to like real estate. The guy called me 6 times. He called me again today. I'm like, listen.
You give me the biggest headache.
I love you. He was a first time booking with us. But here's what's going to happen. I'm going to refund you your money and I'm going to delete the pictures out of the link.
Yeah, I don't
the
blame
Google
you,
Drive link. And let's stay friends.
Yeah.
He's like, that works for me. I'm like, perfect.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Exactly, because the little jobs, the big jobs, once you start getting to a certain level, they have art directors, they have creative directors, they have people, and then they don't care. They just want that result. You produce that result, and that's what they want. And they're happy, and you get a big thank you, you get a gift, you get a bonus.
Do you have employees, Sam?
Absolutely. So on all my shoots, I'll have a lighting assistant, I get DOPs.
Contractors or on payrolls?
So I use the same people, but they're self-employed in the UK. So that's how we work. So in the UK, I'm self-employed, they're self-employed. So we take the job, we fill out our own taxes. That's how. So an assistant can then work for many different commercial photographers, a lighting, or whatever they are, because our jobs are so far and few between. Like I said, they're big jobs, so they're averaging 100 grand, but because we do maybe one job every 3 months, I can't pay them full time because then I wouldn't be making any.
So you
profit.
only contract them when you have the job.
Exactly.
And how is your relationship with the people that you hire for the help? Like, have you had struggles in the beginning when you were trying to work with a team, people under you, or because artists are so weird with communications, they're horrible at communications. So, and I can tell that you're horrible at communications too. No,
I'm very good with communicating when it comes to my work. Yeah, I can. Like I can pose people.
This one is amazing. Like, listen, he did 5 photo shoots for me so far in the last couple of years, and like I know exactly how the picture's gonna look like because he's telling me what to do. I've dealt with photographers for so long, and they don't know how to communicate with the person who's in front of the camera, and it makes them so uncomfortable. Like, do this, do this. You exactly tell them where to look.
Yeah, you sit there and
but I mean you and not you and the customer, you and the team. Like, did you have any struggles with hiring, firing, stuff like this?
So we've got actually a really great network in the UK. So we've got a group called Photographer United Pro.
Okay.
And it's a Facebook group where all commercial photographers, and then we've got a list of assistants. And these assistants have been used by all the... So we know if we hire that lighting guy, we know he's good. And we all speak to each other. So it's a very great network of people.
So there's no competition. There's just collaboration. It's a big collaboration.
So photography is the bitchiest industry in the world. You meet a photographer and they hate each other.
I know.
Yeah? And if you bring one photographer to another photographer's job, they hate each other.
How come it's different in London?
No, it's the same.
Oh, okay.
But once you get to commercial photography... Everybody has a very specific niche. So I do outdoor location fashion portraits that look like a certain way. And this guy will do animals holding different holding different items. You've got someone that does underwater shoots. You've got someone that everybody has their own niche and they work out. You've got a guy that does food photography that's very 80s style, which is like colorful and bright. So everybody has their own niche and we all get on very well. The amateurs and the hobbyists are the ones that hate each other, the ones that are trying to get onto the ladder.
This is a big question for you. Is it the photographer or the editor? Who makes the magic?
It's a teamwork, and it's not just the photographer and editor. It's also who's behind and in front of the lens. So the model.
Who's more important, the photographer or the editor?
I would say absolutely. Well, the photographer will create what you want. So if I say if you want to take a picture of this can of Coke, for example, your food photography, yeah, I can get you the angles perfect and everything. But I need the editor to match the color of the Coke.
So it's 50-50.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we've had some experiences where some people, they came to us, they hired a different photographer to do their wedding, and it was horrible.
Yeah.
And we managed with our editors to make it way better, to fix the angles. Some stuff you can fix, like, if the wedding dress is not in the picture, I can't just put the wedding dress back again. But I can crop it in a way where I can fix the crooked angle and fix the lighting and everything.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's 50-50.
Yeah, absolutely. If you've got a bad editor, they can ruin your work.
That's right.
If you've got a bad photographer,
do you do your own editing, or do you have people that you subcontract?
So on commercial work, I always subcontract. So I send to a retouching house. I'll fix the colors and everything else.
Based in the UK too?
Exactly. But if you want to get it perfect, you always, because I'm a professional photographer, I'm not a professional retoucher. That's a separate job completely. So for example, if you're a doctor and you're a surgeon, the surgeon's not going to do the nurse's job. He's going to do his job, which is my part of the chain. I'm going to grab that image and I'm going to get it, and I'm going to then explain what I want to the retouching house, and they're going to go in because they have those little tablets and pens, and that's all they do day in, day out. Their job is a retoucher. They
mastered it.
Exactly. And my job is a photographer, so I want to master that.
That's very nice, man. When do you want to start your own chain? Like, when do you have a plan?
When I retire. So I'm not in a rush now because I don't have time to do it. At the moment, I'm doing...
What do you mean you don't have time? You all you do is sit and eat shrimp.
I know, but I don't have time.
Seriously, now you eat at Red Lobster every day?
No.
What's your diet like?
So I mix it between Lone Star, Red Lobster, where else do I go?
So you said you have an event in Toronto.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
So I am speaking for Sony at Profusion Expo, which is owned by Vistech, which is the biggest camera brand in Canada. And this expo is the biggest expo in Canada too. And I'll be speaking for Sony.
Nice.
And I'm
so it's like a seminar. You're going to be teaching people photography and videography.
Yeah, so I'll do an hour talk on the big stage. And anyone wants to come is welcome. They come along, they watch all the secrets, and I'll show them how I create perfect commercial photography shots and what people look for in commercial photography. So it's definitely good to watch. If you can't make it, you can definitely...
I'll send my team. If I go, I won't understand anything anyway.
You will.
I don't know how to use a camera.
Yeah, but come, because you meet a lot of people there. These events... That's how you meet all the big companies.
Yeah,
that's
I do networking all the time.
Exactly, but networking events are crap because the big companies don't go to networking events. They go to the expos because they're the ones that people want to meet.
That's right.
Yeah.
No, what's the date?
8th and 9th of November.
I might make it. I'm available.
Okay, come.
Yeah, why not?
Come
So it's Thursday and Friday?
Wednesday and Thursday.
Wednesday and Thursday, okay. Because I know the 12th we have an event here.
Yeah, so if you can come with your team. It'll be very fun. There's lots of stalls. Sony's going to be there. Rotolight. You can meet all the guys. People are flying from the UK, from Germany.
By the way, you see the new lighting that we have. This is the Rotolight. He is the ambassador, and he helped us to make our order. He made me pay $5,000, but I mean, I think it's worth it. It looks really cool.
Come on. So yeah, he's got
tell them a little bit about Rotolight lighting.
So Rotolight is a British company. It's family owned. And they make everything in the UK. So it's one of the only brands in the world, especially for lighting, that's not made in China. So you're not getting this cheap Chinese crap. You're getting something that's used on big production sets.
Cheap Chinese crap.
I know. So color accuracy is the highest in the market. You've got 16.7 million colors, and It's also got flash. It can flash with any kind of trigger, so you can use it for video photography. But not only that, it's been used and tried and tested by the biggest companies in the world. So Netflix uses it. It's been used on the new James Bond films. It's used by Mission Impossible.
So what I have here in the studio, it's been used on the new James Bond films.
So all the Daniel Craig films have used rotor lights. Crazy.
Wow, we're a big deal now then.
Yeah, exactly. So you're up there with the top companies now.
Of course.
Yeah. So I hope to see your production go up now.
I hope so too. We're working really hard on it.
Work hard on your colors.
Okay. I have a list of multiple choice questions for you.
Yes.
Are you ready?
All no.
So you can only pick from the options that I'm going to read for you, okay? And you have to be quick.
Okay.
What makes you rich? Money, knowledge, or happiness?
Knowledge.
Why did you start your business? Lack of jobs, to prove something, to follow a dream?
Follow a dream.
Money to me is a protection, a weapon, or a bridge?
Protection.
I'm successful because I was patient, I was impatient, or in between?
Impatient.
If I could go back, I would invest my money in real estate, on myself, as in coaching, mentoring, or crypto and stocks.
Real estate.
Do you give back, yes or no?
Yes.
Are you a strict boss, flexible, or asshole?
When it comes to work, I'm an asshole.
Political party.
You guys have different ones than us.
Yeah, pick the ones that you have.
I would say I'm a little bit more conservative. Maybe a bit Labour. I don't know, somewhere in the middle.
Does your business affect your life? Yes, it's my whole life. No, I have a life balance.
My whole life.
So you don't spend enough time with your family?
At all.
Really?
That's the biggest argument, because somebody who's successful at what they do has to live, eat, breathe, shit what they do. Trust me, you wake up and you have to be hungry.
Must be a little bit harder because you shoot hot models all the time. How does your wife handle it?
She doesn't.
She doesn't care?
No, she doesn't handle it very well.
Really?
Yeah.
So why do you make jokes with the models or
all
something?
The time, yeah.
Oh,
I'm so
shit.
friendly, yeah. But that's the
shit.
thing. If you're not friendly, then they jam up on the camera. So you have to be friendly.
That's your excuse, huh?
No,
that's why you tell your
honest
wife.
Honest to God, if you're not with your model, even with you, I have to joke and think. And the whole thing with working and getting the perfect pictures is
I mean, she shouldn't get jealous. I mean, look at you,
exactly.
fat,
who's gonna
and
go with
look
me
at your
anyway?
beard, and who's gonna go with
exactly.
you? Exactly.
I'm all salt and pepper now. I'm too old.
Work hard or work smart?
Work smart.
Would you rather deal with clients or employees?
Employees.
You hate clients?
Yeah. Guess I would rather. Yeah, clients can be a nightmare. That's why I have an agent. I let them deal with the clients.
Yeah, tell me about the agent thing.
Yeah.
So tell me, like,
So
how do you have agent? When did you get them, and why?
So in the UK, any commercial photographer, if you get to a certain level, you can get an agent. Once you have an agent then, so it's their job to find you work. They take a high percentage. They take 20% of your income.
20%?
Yes.
All right.
So if they get me a job for 100 grand, 200
They
grand.
make 20.
They make 20 grand per job.
Okay.
But I can then focus on being an artist and don't have to worry about...
Do you do the delivery? So do you deliver to the client or you deliver to the agent?
I deliver to my agent.
Wow.
So
okay, that's good.
You don't deal with the client very often.
That's what I do. I'm the
brief.
agent.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm not a photographer or
you're an
videographer. We get jobs all the time. But
so you
the
bring
difference
the work
is my
in.
team is my employees. I don't pay them percentage.
Exactly. But if you were in the UK, it's the other way around. If you would be a great agent, and an agent would make lots of money. If you ever came to New York or UK, you should be an agent, represent some photographers.
Why do you think I would be a great agent?
Because you're a good salesman. And an agent represents those people. So you could go and sit and have the meeting and say, listen, I've got this guy who does amazing. You guys
20% doesn't work for me, man.
20% of 100 grand job,
doesn't work
you represent 10 photographers and you're getting them one job every week.
200,000
a week.
Okay, that makes sense.
Good money.
But is there like this much jobs to get 10 a week, 10 jobs a week?
Do you know how much money is in advertising?
I know, we are in advertising.
Yeah? How much do you think they spend on billboards? How many companies do you think
Millions and millions.
How much food, drinks, you've got fashion, you've got banking, you've got healthcare. Billions every single day.
But how would the agent close the deal if they don't have their own team and their own portfolio? You're not his team, you're his agent. You're his photographer, like you contract with him.
So an agent who represents me would have my book And what they do is they'll go to meet with people like
And
Nike.
they will
and
present
they'll
your
say,
book as it's
I'm
their team.
representing, and they'll send the emails. They'll do that. I still obviously advertise myself as well. So every month I'll send a newsletter to companies I've worked with before, because it's always good to keep people fresh on your mind. So they'll be like, oh yeah, we worked with Sam before.
So you're still active. You have your social media accounts
Absolutely,
active
yeah.
and stuff like
Oh,
this.
100%.
Okay, Sam, listen. This
Yeah.
is the first time actually I've met a millionaire photographer. And maybe because I live in Ottawa, maybe there is more millionaires photographers in London and all these cities that you
Absolutely,
said.
yeah.
But what would you say to a young person who's doing this full time and struggling right now?
And live in Ottawa?
Anywhere.
So if you want to be an artist and you want to be successful, and I'm going to be 100% honest with you, you have to move to one of these 5 cities I said earlier.
Say the cities again.
So New York, London, Paris, Tokyo, Milan. These are the places. They're the fashion capitals, but they're also the place with the big advertising budget. So they'll work with like your food, your drink, whatever it may be, whatever genre it is. These are where you're going to make the big money, because these have the big advertising agencies. New York's number 1, London as well, just under it. But you're talking big money jobs.
Nice. That's a good advice.
Wow.
So they have to move. They can't make it when
You
they're
can't.
here.
Honestly, if I lived, even when I lived 3 hours from London in Wales, which is just a drive, which I could get there in a few hours, the agents aren't interested. They want me to be in London. And it makes a huge difference. You have to be close enough.
Interesting. Well, we have a company here. We're doing okay. Like
Yeah.
we're not making in the photography and videography section. We're not making millions. It was really hard to start, but we're doing good. But you can't have a one niche.
Yeah,
You have to train your team on doing real estate,
exactly.
commercial
Yeah.
events, portrait,
Yeah.
wedding, it's everything, and you need to make really high margins. So
Exactly. So that's the roulette approach. You put a thing in everything and hope something hits.
yes,
Exactly.
that's what you have to do here
Yeah.
to survive. Or
But-
then, like you'll see all the photographers, they have it as a side hustle.
Exactly.
For us, I have employees,
Yeah.
so I need to pay them payroll all year long.
Exactly. So
That's
you're
why
just
they
taking
need to
any
have
work
many.
you can.
Exactly,
Absolutely.
exactly. We try to master all
Yeah.
kind of niche so we can
Exactly.
be at it. Yeah, that's very interesting, man.
Yeah.
So, and our podcast, we allow the guests to ask a question before we
Yeah.
resume.
Okay.
So, do you have any question before we end it?
Yes, please.
Don't be too silly though.
Oh, come on.
Okay, you get 2 questions, one silly and one serious.
Fine.
Okay.
Can you take me to Juice Dudes?
I just brought you juice, dude.
Yeah, but you didn't give me Ashta, so it doesn't count.
I can't bring you Asha and knowing that you will be late. You were 30 minutes late.
Yeah,
I
so?
wasn't supposed to
I
give
like
you
it
your
when
juice.
it melts inside.
Okay, we'll go for Ashta after. How about
Okay, fine.
that? Okay. Okay, do you have any other question?
Yes.
What is it?
Are you enjoying your new lights?
I'm actually loving it, but you're
Yeah.
asking me so I can advertise them, or you guys didn't pay me to advertise them?
No, I'm just asking you if you actually like them. 'Cause
I'm actually looking forward for
To
the
see that,
editing. I want
yeah.
to see how it would look like in my reels after
Yeah.
and on the algorithm.
yeah, it's cool. And yeah, the special effects, I hope you use them too.
Yeah, of course. That's why we bought them. And I want to see how would it be the effect of the algorithm on social media
Yeah, yeah.
because of these lightings. Because I think the social media algorithm will like these lightings.
Of course,
Because
yeah,
it's
100%,
different.
yeah.
I think we'll start get more views and more followers. And
Oh,
this is a tip
100%.
for the competitors. But if you have
Yeah.
balls to spend $5,000, go ahead
Yeah,
and do it.
Exactly, yeah. I think it was even more than that after taxes, wasn't it? It's
Yeah,
crazy.
shit. Fuck, don't remind me,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I'm going to the weekend now.
Yeah.
I guess in the weekend, no clubbing this weekend just because you made me spend all this money.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure you'll still be out.
No, I haven't been out in so long. I'm not drinking now for 75 days.
Why?
I'm on day number 46.
Why?
Because I want to take care of myself, not like you, fucking
I drink
pig.
every day.
Because you're a pig.
But I love drinking.
What do you drink?
Double black.
Astaghfirullah.
Sorry. I like double black.
Sam, that was a pleasure, man.
Yeah, you
I
too.
loved having you in Ottawa for a couple months.
Thank you
We
so
did a couple
much.
nice shoots.
Sorry, thank you.
We did a couple. Where were you?
Mhm.
I loved having you in Ottawa for a couple months. You
Yeah.
said you're going to Toronto, and then after this, you're going back to the UK.
Yes, I am. Going back to the UK. As soon as I get there, I'm going to burn my passport, kiss the floor, and never come back.
No way.
No, I'm
Every time you leave
joking.
Ottawa, you tell me this. You're never coming back,
I
and you
know.
always come back.
I know.
Yeah. So honestly, when are you leaving exactly? I want to see if I should
I'm
buy a couple
leaving-
more suits and do a couple
I'm
shoots with you.
leaving on the 10th.
10th of November.
Yeah, so I finished the expo on the 9th, and I fly the same night, the morning.
We don't have time.
Yeah.
Don't have time. My next suit finish. The tailor will finish it like 10 days from now.
Well, I'll be here next summer probably because my wife is
Her parents are
Canadian
here,
and her
yeah.
parents are here,
Yes, sir.
and she likes to have the baby here. And in the summer in the UK, everything goes quiet. So.
But one last question. Like they always say in the UK, it's not safe. Like how are you dealing with this?
Oh,
Do you get
that's
robbed all the time?
Absolute propaganda. It depends which area you're from. It's like everywhere else. I find Ottawa a lot less safe than the UK.
Really?
Absolutely.
Dude, it's like if you Google it, it's the least safe cities in the world.
So what
are
you're
in
taking
the UK.
is a very small area, which would be like, I don't know, South or East London, and you're taking a part that's like, you know, very council estate and really rough, and maybe has like people like gangster kind of people, but it's a very small section, and these have crimes every few hours. You know what I mean? So that brings the average up. But this area is not attached to any of the other areas because you have gated communities. You have absolutely amazing areas in the UK.
You
which
live in the
never
gated,
see.
in a gated community. You have a fancy home or a humble home?
I have a nice apartment opposite Wembley Stadium.
Nice. So you
It
have a
overlooks the
beautiful,
stadium.
Nice. You gotta send
So
me some pictures from
It's
the view.
nice. It's on the 18th floor. So when you watch the football matches or the concerts, you can look in
Just
and you
film
can
me
see it
one day.
all for free.
Send me some pictures. I want to see your
absolutely.
view.
Yeah.
All right. Well, whenever you guys have like the next cool event in the UK, let me know. I want to come. I want to come down.
Yeah, cool. Come down, man. You're gonna love it.
Perfect.
And
Thank
you
you,
can
Sam.
finally try some real food.
Real food in the UK.
Yeah, it's much nicer.
I was
than
born in Lebanon.
here. Yeah.
I've tried real food.
No, you haven't.
I have.
No.
I have.
No, the Lebanese food in the UK is better than Lebanon.
No,
I swear to
absolutely.
God.
It can't be.
Tamara's
it's not
parents
possible.
told me the Lebanese food in the UK is better than Lebanon.
They're just bullshitting you because you
No.
have this dry humor. They don't want you to giving them
I swear.
a dry humor
Okay,
24/7.
right. So record this, guys. I'm going to take him to the UK. We're going to get him there, and he's going to try the food, and I'm going to record his reaction. And if he says it's better than Lebanon, what is the bet?
Where is it? I don't know. I'll take off my clothes and show you
And you're
myself
gonna walk.
naked.
You're going to walk through Regent Street with your underwear.
Without the underwear.
Okay, shake on it. Okay, deal.
I got nothing to be.
Okay, gotta go. Bye.
All right. Bye. Thank you.